welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to make laminated top loading dashboards, or reloadable dashboards basically, for your traveler's notebook. I actually had to make some for my shop because they were ordered, so I figured while I'll make them I film so you can see how to do it. Just a few notes before I start. One of my cats is in the room, and when she craves attention she's going to meow quite loud, so if you hear that I'm sorry in advance, but that's a mouse. Secondly, I do not have an outlet here, so I do my laminating on my desk over there, so I will pick up the camera and film there, but it is slightly darker there, so I hope you will be able to see. But I guess the most important part is the part before the laminating. How do you make sure that you can make basically pouches in your laminating sheet? So I'm going to show you. I'm going to use my color that I always use. I have some laminating sheets. I have a sheet for the inside and a sheet for the outside. I will be making B6 today. I'm not really going to give you... Oh, that's the laminator being ready. I'm not really going to give you measurements because you can make them in any size. Basically what you just need to know is you can Google the size you want to make. If you want to make them in A6, just Google A6 in either inches or millimeters or centimeters, whatever you're comfortable with. And then just do what I do in your size. So I do have the B6 written down here because most orders I get are B6, and it's a nice reminder, otherwise I have to look it up. So what you do is you take your sheet and you're going to get two in this case B6 size patches out of this. So I am just going to cut off a little strip here, so because they are rounded and I do not want my corners to be rounded. So I'll just take like about 1 centimeter and then just cut that off and put that aside. Okay. I have my my ruler, that's the word, over here, and obviously the sizes I need are not on there, so I measured them and put dots there, so that's my guide. So for the B6 I'm going to do a lengthwise first. So in this case that's 17.6 centimeters. Let me see, it's 5, 6. So there you go. Just making sure it's nice and even. And then I'm gonna cut them. So this will be the length. Now we need to, other way around, basically cut the inside of the pockets, and B6 is 12 and a half, so this was 10, 11, 12, 12 and a half, make sure that's straight, 12 and a half, there we go. So now I have one, it's two-sided basically, because it's, you know, 2 sheets of the laminating. If it wants to go, there you go. And we need 2 of these, so I'm gonna cut another one. So you can make basically for one folder in B6 size you will need 2 sheets. For A6 you can get 4 of these things out of one A4 laminating sheet, so you could make 2 laminated folders. So let's get another one, 12 and a half. I hope I'm explaining this right. My brain is a bit fried. I've been sick this week, so there we go. So that's 2. I'm going to put this aside, and then we're going to take a pouch. A laminating pouch. There we go. Just put everything aside. Hope you can see that. Move these, there we go, that's better. Okay, so I have one, this is A4 sized laminating pouch, and basically what you need to do is make sure that in two parts it doesn't stick to itself. Now how you're going to do that is you just cut out, in this case B6. So what I do is I see if I can find that. They're sticky, there we go. And you just take them off each other and put the shiny sides together. So they were like this, I just move them, and there we go, shiny sides together. Now they're going to move all over the place, so it's precision work really. And I think the hardest part is once you have everything nice and lined out inside to get it into your laminator without everything moving. So it's not the most easy thing to do, but once you get the hang of it, it's very handy. You can make them yourself. So what I do is I place the bottom one in here. I hope you can see that. Let me see if I zoom in. It might be a bit better to see. You can see a bit of the color difference. So the first one is in there, and I'm gonna put the second one on top and try to get it as straight as I can. And then just see. No. Nope, it moved. See, this is really one of the hardest things to do. Get it straight and then keep it straight. Okay, so that's part one is in there. But obviously you want two pockets because you want it to fold over your elastic. So we'll take the second piece and then do the same thing again. Remove them from each other and put the shiny sides together. And then leave a gap between the two pockets. You need a bit of room because, you know, it does need to stick around together around the pocket, otherwise, you know, everything's gonna fall out. And secondly, you need a bit of room, especially if you want to put your booklets in between. Like if you want one book in between, you could measure the thickness of your booklet and then just put a little bit, like maybe 1 or 2 millimeters on each side of room. You could measure it. I usually just eyeball it. If you have a lot of booklets, obviously you will need a bit more room. So I'm just gonna put it like this and see it's aligned, and then we're gonna put the second part on there. Let's see. Nope, that's crooked. There we go. Okay, so it's in there, and now you kind of just don't want to move because it might fall apart again. Now I'm going to pick up the camera and move it towards my laminator, and then I'll see you in a sec. So usually I grab the sheet like this, just slide it off your desk very carefully. It's usually also a bit like sticky to the desk, so be careful that if you move it, you don't move the inside pockets. So yeah, and then basically just put it in your laminator and just hold it for a bit. I have seen some people do this with laminators, that you load the laminating sheet from the top. I personally, I mean, they make it work, but you have much more risk of having your insides slide around. So I would really recommend one that goes through like this. I usually put them through twice, so the first time, and then I'll put them through again just to make sure that everything is where it should be. There you go, and then I hope you can see the pockets on the inside. I'm just usually just flip it and just put it through again. So I'm going to run this through again, and then we're back to my other desk and I'll show you how to cut it. Okay, so we're back. obviously I realize it's a bit hard to see, but I'm going to cut. Now what you want to do is, obviously you want one side to be open so you can put cards or die cuts or whatever you want to put in there. So I usually just look at both sides and see which one is straightest and use that as my bottom, or which one looks best. Sometimes there's not a lot of difference. Just pick a side, and then I will put it in my cutting machine and just slightly remove the top. Just make sure that you are like about 1 millimeter in, because you want to cut into the pocket, and then you just cut it, and then let's see, you will have your open pockets. And then obviously cut around them. Make sure you leave enough room around, because you do not want the sides to fall apart. So I usually leave quite a bit of room. About, I don't know if you can see that. You can see where the pocket ends and where I cut. So I think it's about, let me see, I don't have a ruler. Oh, I do have a ruler, duh, I have a ruler in front of me. Smart one. Let's see, it is a, I don't know if I can really measure this easy. There we go. It's about a 2 millimeter gap, and just do that all around. For me, I just use this like line on my cutting machine as a guide, and if I use that line, I know there will be enough room on all sides, so do it like that. And the last side. There you go. And then you will have your pockets. Now I do not have a B6 traveler's notebook, but if I grab mine quickly, like this is one I made. I did, however, this one I cut in the middle, so basically I opened it up. I made two separate pouches and put some regular tape there. You can use packing tape. It's a bit more flexible, so they lie down a bit more. You can leave it like this, obviously, but it might, you know, spring up a bit more in your notebook because this is more sturdy. So you can use the packing tape method, which I did here, and I used quite a bit because my first section holds quite a lot of books. But yeah, you just wrap them around, 1 book, 2 books. At the moment I have 3 books, and I just wrap it around like that. In the back there's nothing, so this one is empty. You just wrap it around. So if you have any more questions regarding this video, please leave your questions in the comments and I'll try and answer them. If you have any more questions or suggestions for me to film videos on, things you would like to know, things you would like to show you, just let me know, and I'll try to get back to you and try to film those videos for you. Yeah, I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!